Okay, so we're here looking at a series of questions about insects, and again, you don't have to know anything about insects, you don't have to be a biologist, you just have to be able to engage with a little bit of reading and just try to avoid all the technical language, and you should be able to get these ones right. So I want you to have a read of the information and have a look at the question and pause the tape, and in a minute or so come back and have a look how I've solved it. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go. If you haven't, again, just pause it and have a go, but otherwise I'm assuming you've had a go. So let's try to look at the key information. Key information is there's two different species. There's the triderms, which come out after 13 years, and the whatever that name is, come out at 17 years. So just abbreviate it. So for instance, take that off. So looking at just abbreviate the tread and sept. So they're coming out at the same time, so coming out at 0 years, and then the treads come out at 13, then 26, then 39, and the septs come out at 17, 34, 51, and then etc, etc. So now look at the distractors. So treads will breed at the same time. No, they don't breed at the same time, so that answer can't be right. The septs will be the next breed before. No, because septs coming out at 17 and treads will be at 13, so that's wrong. The septs will emerge before. The septs will emerge before. Septs will emerge before. No. And so the treads will emerge, hopefully in this last one, the treads will emerge before. Yes, the treads come out at 13, so the answer is D. So hopefully you got that right. So let's move on to the next question. And it's related in a way to the previous question, but they've got two other species. So I want you to have a read through this. Don't have to refer to the previous ones. They're just two different species coming out at 4 and 6 years. And have a go. When you're ready, come back and have a look at my solution. Okay, if you haven't had a go, please pause, but otherwise I'm assuming you've had a go. So the X species and the Y species, again, they start at the same time, say 0 years, and then X is coming out every 4 years, so 4, 8, 12, 16, etc. And species Y is coming out every 6 years, so 6, 12, 18, etc. How many years before the two species emerge in the same year? The same year is 12 years, so the answer is B. So hopefully you got that one right. Let's have a look at the last question. Again, we're trying to do these questions every minute or so. So we're back to the original information about the treads and the septs. So you need to refer back to the previous slide a few slides ago to get the breeding cycle. I want you to get that information and then see if you can work out. There's only a little bit of change in it. Have a look, have a read, and have a go. Okay, so you're back with me again. So the treads and the septs, so it's 0, so 13, 26, etc. And the other one was 17, 34, etc. So we're looking for a number that's going to appear at the same time. Now, you may not know, but these numbers 13 and 17, they're prime numbers. Okay, so when prime numbers are going to repeat, it's actually just the multiple of them. So when you look at 13 times 17, put them underneath, 7 3 is 21, carry 2, 7 1's 7, plus 2 is 9, start with 0, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, and that gives you answer D. All those other answers don't have a repeating cycle. You could check that one if you like, but it doesn't work. So the answer was 221. And last question in the block. Again, we've got the same species, but this time they don't come out at the same time. So you need to look at starting off with not at the same time at zeros and see if you can get a repeating number. have a go, and when you're ready, come back. Okay, hopefully you've had a go. If you haven't, pause, but otherwise, let's have a look. So the treads coming out in 1999, and the SEPs are coming out in 2000, and these guys are repeating every 13 years, and these are repeating every 17 years. So the next year that these will come out will be 2012, and then just adding 13, 25, and then 38, and then 51, so just adding 13 to each number. This one's starting in 2000, so adding 17 will be 2017, 34, 51. So 2051 is the next year that they're out, so that'll be answer C. And that, I think, is the end of this block. I'll just check, and that's the end of the block. So hopefully you did well in that one. Technical language is just there to confuse you. Just get down to the nuts and bolts, and it's pretty straightforward. Okay, see you for another session later.